Joker is easily my favorite antagonist of all time. He's clever, despicable, entertaining, intimidating, horrifying, everything you want your antagonist to be. That being said, it's pretty hard to mess up an awesome character like this. It's so hard, I think it's actually impossible to make an unlikable version of the Joker. Oh, someone managed to do that? Oh. Regardless, there has been many great variations of the Clown Prince of Crime. That being said, I thought it'd be cool to look back on the best Joker depictions across multiple Batman games, movies, and TV shows. Unfortunately, I can't include comics because I don't read comics, therefore it'd be unfair to include them. With that being said, let's start this week's top 5. Coming in at number 5 is the Joker from the Batman series. Starting off this countdown is the Joker from a show not too many people remember. The Batman vs. the Batman show that originated in 2004 on Cartoon Network. The show was massively overshadowed by Batman the Animated Series, which premiered prior. The show didn't have the rights to have villains like Two-Face in the show, but naturally, they were given permission to have the classic Batman-Joker rivalry. The creators of the show wanted to have a unique depiction of Joker and make him stand out and not just be another version of Joker from the animated series. And this is what he looks like. If this is your first time seeing this Joker, you're going to resent his design, which is completely understandable because one might think the creators tried too hard to make a design that stands out. I actually thought this too, and I was not looking forward to seeing this Joker in action. But then once you watch the show, you quickly realize the design, clever writing, and talented voice work makes this the most wildest depiction of Joker there is. This Joker is awesome. As Joker tradition, he's crazy, clever, and actually has funny humor during dark moments, which is what the Joker is all about. My only nitpicker of him is on how some episodes he's trying to steal money. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just don't think it suits the Joker. One might say he steals so he can buy food for him and his gang. That's understandable until you get to the part where he's the Joker. If you were working at a gas station in Gotham and you notice an infamous criminal resembling a clown, wouldn't you ask yourself a few questions if this guy walked up to your checkout counter with a can of ravioli? That'd be an awkward encounter. But this issue does feed into another pro about this Joker, which might be the best trait he has going for him. He is really unpredictable, but not in a bad way. He does things like trying to poison Gotham, posing as Batman, attempts to drive a detective insane, tries to blow up another one, create his own TV series, rampage through the city, turn people you don't like into cards, and torment Batman, of course. He has so much variety of schemes throughout the series to keep his appearances fresh and interesting. So yeah, this Joker is pretty awesome and criminally overrated. Get it? Criminal? Okay, I'll leave the jokes to Joker. Coming in at number 4 is the Joker from The Dark Knight. This is the mere definition of taking an established character and giving him or her a unique spin or take. While the number 5 Joker was the wildest on this list, this depiction of Joker is probably the creepiest. Heath Ledger's Joker attempts to be more unsettling while still keeping the comedic aspect of the character. Unlike the other Jokers on this list, this Joker uses makeup and didn't get his clown appearance from falling into a vat of chemicals. Little of his origins is known since the movie intentionally never makes it clear and Joker can't decide which of his backstories is the right one. The Joker is also not an all bark and no bite villain. This dude is really dangerous. He kills his own man, blows up multiple buildings, and manipulates the other main villain in the movie. All the pain and misery inflicted on everyone in this movie is caused by this one dude. Well, not this guy. He has a different story. Regardless, this Joker was a creative take on the character and a decent threat, earning him the number 4 spot on the list. Coming in at number 3 is the Joker from the Arkham games. This Joker is kind of tricky to talk about. The reason for that is the fact that this Joker completely nails everything about the character. He's funny, calculating, and most of all, brutal. This version doesn't show any value for human life, much like the others on this list, but this Joker is noteworthy because of how much carnage he causes throughout the first 3 games. Not only is he the one pulling the strings, but he causes so much chaos. Spoilers for Arkham City coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This Joker probably has the best death out of any. After the events of the first game, Joker is now dying from the virus he injected himself with to become strong at the end of the last game. After he stabs Batman to desperately get the cure for his illness, the cure breaks. Batman tells him he was about to save him, and once Joker is informed of this irony, all he does is laugh until he eventually passes away. Even after his death, he still finds a way to torment Batman and Arkham Knight after his death. When Scarecrow's toxin causes Batman to see him everywhere and almost drives him mad. Plus, before he dies, he donated his contaminated blood to 5 random people in Gotham's hospital, which turns them into Jokers as well. So yeah, this Joker was destructive, chaotic, but also pretty funny, and played by the legend Mark Hamill, who voices Joker pretty often. Coming in at number 2 is Joker from the Batman Telltale series. Yes, even after the wild Joker we got in the Batman, the unsettling one we got in the Dark Knight, and the destructive one we got in the Arkham games, this Joker is not only the most sympathetic depiction, but also the most creative. John, yes, John, not Joker, has an uncontrollable illness that makes him a little, jokery. However, he doesn't want to gas Gotham, blow up hospitals, or drive Batman insane. He just wants some friends to hang out with. So spoilers for Batman Telltale coming up. While you can't purchase the game anymore due to Telltale going bankrupt, the story is still an amazing one. If you want to experience the story for yourself, there are many talented content creators you can watch play the game. Or you could also watch my playthrough of both games if you want. Yeah, give me that watch time. Anyway, spoilers are coming in 3, 2, 1. You have been warned. Since Batman the Telltale series is a choice game, your choices can also affect the outcome of John's character. If you trust John and give him a chance to prove himself, he will be inspired by your heroism and try to imitate your style as a vigilante. And yes, it was pretty awesome. However, if you're rude to John and choose not to give him your trust, he feels betrayed and gives into his sick illness and becomes the traditional Joker we all know and hate. Plus, as the game progresses, Bruce and John's relationship develops, making you feel for John when he makes his transition to either variation. So yeah, this is a Joker that's creative and pretty tragic, meaning this depiction is well more than deserving to earn the number 2 spot. Making a top 5 Jokers list is exhausting because there's so many cool variations to choose from. Still, there at least has to be an honorable mentions to pay respects to all the cool versions of the character that's out there. The first is Jack Nicholson's portrayal of the character. This Joker hits all of the right notes along with being played by a horror icon. He's creepy, calculating, and funny. There's even a personal history with him and Batman since he was the one who killed his parents and Batman caused Joker to fall into the vat of chemicals. These two made each other and their personal history makes their short rivalry all the more satisfying. The only flaws of him is his permanent smile is a little too silly even for the Joker. The reason Joker's smile is so creepy is because he chooses to do so during intense or tragic situations that shows Joker's lack of care for human life. However, when it's glued on his face for the whole duration of the movie, that makes it less special. Plus, while he's one of the first good adaptations to the character, he's basic compared to what we have now, which sadly didn't get him a spot on the list. The second is the Joker from the Batman Returns story. While I said no comics allowed, I didn't experience this story via comic, but rather the animated movie adaptation. While this Joker is funny and a ruthless killer, he was pretty basic, which is okay since the story wasn't at all focused around him, but instead Batman's internal conflict. Regardless though, this Joker is cool but doesn't earn a spot on this list. The last honorable mention is the Joker from the Lego Batman movie. While he's not sadistic like the others on this list, he's pretty entertaining to watch, and his obsession to be Batman's only rival, and his best rival at that, is pretty adorable to watch. A lot of people affiliate this rivalry with LGBTQ representation. I'm not against LGBTQ representation in media, I'm actually all for it, and I think it's important for both kids and adults to know different sexualities is nothing to be ashamed of. However, I just don't think that's what the creators were going for, and I don't think the relationship between these two needs it. Regardless, this Joker is really cool, but doesn't live up to the Jokers on this list, which isn't at all bad since he's not supposed to. But enough talk. Coming in at number 1 is Joker from the Batman animated series. Yeah, people who've seen the show probably saw this coming, but what can I say? If you're a fan of the Joker, there's something here for you. He's wild and unpredictable like the number 5 pick, unsettling and creepy like the number 4 pick, destructive and chaotic like the number 3 pick, and a puppet to his madness like the number 2 pick. He's also voiced by the legendary Mark Hamill. This Joker does everything right and always has the spotlight when he's on screen. Did I also mention he's probably the most comedic version of the Joker there is? It also goes without saying he's manipulative and despicable to everyone around him. There's actually nothing wrong with this version. He's lacking in no areas when it comes to being the clown prince of crime, which makes him easily the definitive version of the Joker. So yeah everyone, that was my top 5 Jokers. This list was a pretty fun one to make considering how many fun and creative adaptations of the character currently exist. Here's hoping the upcoming Joker movie gives us a version of the character that would be both memorable and creative. Maybe he might even surpass the depiction on this list. As always, I appreciate those of you who turned into this video. If you have any ideas for a top 5, let me know in the comments. I'm always open to ideas and I love listening to fan feedback. As always, I am humbled I was able to be both informative and entertaining to those of you who watched. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Peace everyone.